And good morning, it's Mike, and thanks for joining me. I'm coming to you this morning from the First Community Mortgage Podcast Center at Century 21 Connect Realty. So glad you could jump on here with me this morning as I come to you today from our podcast studio. And, for the month of January, right, we're reviewing strategies to increase our referral business this year. And our goal is to turn our sphere of influence into ambassadors, champions for us, walking billboards, so that they are strongly recommending you to the people they know, right? And we do this by increasing our top of mind awareness, because it is just so easy to forget about us at times, and establishing ourselves as the credible expert in real estate with our sphere of influence, right? That's what we're shooting for. That's how we're going to get more referral business. It's not really about the people we know, it's about the people we know and the people they know. And the people we know need to be referring us earnestly to the people they know. And this will be accomplished by the activities that you and I complete each day. I guess if we don't complete any activities, then really should we expect people to consider us the credible expert? So far this month, we've talked about the critical importance of a robust CRM database and a written weekly schedule, because without the robust database, we're going to have a hard time staying in consistent contact with people. And without the written weekly schedule, we're going to have a lot of good intentions that aren't going to get done. We need to plan out our activities. What days and times specifically am I going to complete each individual activity? We've talked about the value of using an embedded video message and sending it via email to everybody in our network every week. We've talked about the importance of making daily calls within our sphere of influence to stay connected with people. And, we talk about the influential zone in the pyramid of communication and how making calls is right up there in the influential zone on the pyramid of communication. We've talked about how handwritten note cards can be of value in our business and the purpose they serve, and even the specific strategy of how to make them more impactful with people when they're received. And today, since I'm coming to you from our new podcast studio, let's talk about using podcasts and blogs to increase our referrals this year. Deal? Okay. First of all, why we want to do that? Why? Because we want to enhance our credibility, okay? Just having a real estate license doesn't make us credible. In fact, many people will claim that it does just the opposite. I know. We want it to. We want that being a realtor means something to people, but it doesn't, okay? Now, creating a podcast on a very regular basis and you invite people to watch your podcast or read your blog will increase your standing as the credible expert, as a professional. People might actually say, gosh, Mike, like you're taking this stuff seriously. Like, that's good. They might sound shocked when they say it because they might have thought before, I was just playing at real estate. I just got a license to sell houses when the kids were in school during the day, but I'm not really a professional. I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about. Why? Don't listen to what he says. He's just a real estate agent. No, I'm trying to build my credibility. Podcasts and blogs are a pretty good way of doing that. Here's another reason. It's a different way, a different relevant way of touching your people on a regular basis. So you don't have to call them up and say god awful things like, hey, if you know anybody that's thinking about moving this year, please remember me. That's just so trite, so worn out, so salesy, so slimy. My podcast and my blog are a different way of staying connected to people. And keep in mind, people digest information all kinds of different ways. Some people like to read it. Some people like to watch it. Some people like to listen to it. You know what? I'm not trying to change people's behavior. I'm trying to meet them where they're at. Hey, you know what? Here's another reason. See if you like this one. It's free. It's free. Now, come on. If it's effective, if it helps establish your credibility, if it helps nurture relationship, helping you to create that top-of-mind, credible expert status, and it's free, then you got to come tell me why you ain't doing it. But Mike, it takes so much time. Well, why don't you do both at the same time? As a matter of fact, as I'm speaking to you right this second, I am doing 3 things at the same time. Yes, I am on a conference call with those of you who have dialed in. I am also video recording this that will go on all my social pages today. So some people are going to miss the call this morning, but for some crazy reason still want to hear what we talked about. Well, they can go back and watch the video recording, and some people would prefer to do that. I am doing a podcast right now, and we're going to use our software that you could use too, and it's going to take the recording of this podcast and call and video, and it's going to turn it into written form, and guess what? There's my blog. So it's going to be 8:40 this morning, and I did all 3 things. And somebody today is going to say this to me, well, I don't have time. Okay. You know, you could also, with your podcast, invite other people to join you in your podcast, which you will see me do in the coming days. Invite others as guests and focus on them and maybe their business and trying to help them. Why would I do that? Well, to build relationship, to build credibility, to if you've read the book, The 7 Levels of Communication, then you know that your burden this year is to give twice as many referrals as you want to receive. Twice as many. So helping others before I ask people to help me. There's another reason. You know, all of these things are good reasons. And all of these ideas that we're talking about are good actions to take if you want to create a larger referral base to your business this year. And if you did all that, what do you think? Would you be going out there and making it happen for yourself today?